Welcome back to the channel everyone, UCS Productions or Adam here, back for another LEGO Star Wars video. And as you can see here, today we have a massive haul video. This is going to be a collective haul of all of the LEGO Star Wars minifigures I have purchased from that shop, which is a LEGO third-party seller which I've mentioned on the channel in previous videos. So in today's video we are going to be covering the haul, which includes clones, B1 battle droids, super battle droids, first order troopers, Jedis, all the really cool stuff, and loads of rare minifigures for fantastic prices. Before we jump into the video guys, it would be awesome if you wouldn't mind heading over to the channel, see if it's worth subscribing to stay up to date and so you don't miss any future videos from mocks, haul videos, announcements and much more. Without further ado guys, let's get straight into the video. So as you guys can see, we are going to start off with the Imperial army. Now these are all of the Stormtroopers that I have in today's haul video. There are quite a lot and a fantastic variation. I will go through the more detailed ones afterwards, but this is just an overview. As you can see, the first two rows are just the normal grunt Stormtroopers. These are the Rebels TV show design. Now these ones are actually my favourite out of all of the Stormtrooper designs at the minute. Can't quite put my finger on it, but I just really love the design of this Rebel Stormtrooper. Next up, we have a few different variations of the Rogue One version of this Stormtrooper, who are very close in at my second favourite out of the grunt style troopers. First up, we have a couple of normal ones here. We then have a battle damaged one who actually has a jetpack as well, which is a really nice feature, very good for mocks as well. And I think this is probably one of the most detailed molds for a jetpack LEGO have made. And then on the far side, we also have another normal one, but the only difference with this guy is I have in fact actually added a cape, which is an official LEGO piece, but it just doesn't come with it. I thought it just looked quite cool. So here we have a few different variations of the Sand Trooper. On the right hand side here, we have the normal Sand Troopers with their backpacks. And then on the left hand side here we have two more of them, but the only difference is they actually have that pauldron. That is literally the only difference. Other than that, they are the same minifigure. It should be noted as well that I think this is some of the only Stormtroopers that we actually see footprinting on as well, which is a really lovely touch. We then have a really cool variation of Stormtroopers here for the last section of the Imperial Stormtrooper army. We have an artillery or a mortar trooper. And then we have a shock trooper. In the middle we have a TK trooper. This is a TK patrol trooper from that battle pack. And then we have a scout trooper, the wonderful new updated scout trooper. And then on the far right, a custom minifigure made of LEGO parts again. I think they call it Purist. And essentially this is actually the Old Republic body with a hover tank pilot helmet. But I think it works so well because the Old Republic body just looks so much like hover tank pilot body that it just looks like a really cool like commander or something. And I actually have two of these guys. So in the next section of the haul we have some more of like the independent variations, more like maybe named characters or more specialized characters. So as you briefly saw, we have a few of the officers here. We just have a couple of different variations of officers up to this side, and then we have a Sith trooper. Then we have a few different AT-ST drivers. I think one of these is from the Rebels TV show and the other one obviously is not. And then we have one of these guys. I have no idea what he is, but I know he came in that AT Hauler set. And we have Boolio. Now I don't actually know if Boolio is a bad guy or not, but he looks like one. I don't know why, I just get that sort of like bounty hunter alien vibe from him. So I put him with these ones. Now it does get quite exciting because we have a few Death Troopers here. And that alone is just really cool. I've really got into these guys recently, and you will see why in maybe the next video or two. But we have a couple of the normal Death Troopers here, and we have a Death Trooper Commando. The big difference here being the pauldron, which really, again, like I said earlier, is just worth so much money now, these LEGO pauldrons. Then we also have, I'm probably going to get slammed for this, but either Boba or Jango Fett, I cannot remember at this time. And next thing we have a Geonosian Warrior. Last but not least, we have some really exciting minifigures now. Starting off with a couple of the Super Commando, like Maul Mandalorian minifigures. These are some of the minifigures I thought I'd never actually have a chance of owning, but I did pick these up for a really good price, and they both do have their jetpacks as well. Then we have the Maul, which also came in the same set as these minifigures, and no, I did not actually get the set, I just got the minifigures. This is the only time I've heard that LEGO have ever made like this specific mold for this minifigure, which is really cool. As you can see here, they are really detailed, and I've never seen anything like this before on a minifigure, so I'm really happy that they went out of their way to do something like that. And something I just thought would be quite funny and cool for the holiday season, we have the Christmas Darth Vader, who I actually think they did a really good job of with like that Christmas print and then carrying it down onto the legs there. And last of all, we have Count Dooku. And I already have one of these minifigures, but this was a really good price, and this one's mint condition, and I absolutely love that curved hilt as well. Continuing on from that section, we have a few droids here. So here we actually do have some commando droids, and then on the right we have a droid commander. Now I think this is the older version because he does actually have the orangey yellow marking on the top of his head and a little orangey yellow dot on the middle of his torso there. And last of all, we have a couple of really cool different types of droids here. We have the Super Battle Droid, a B2 Super Battle Droid essentially. One of them without the rocket arm and one of them with the rocket arm. And I was really lucky to pick up a couple of the proper Geonosian style droids here. I think I have very little, if any, of these minifigures. Moving on from droids and Imperials, we now have the First Order. I'm not going to go too in depth, but we have a bunch of First Order Snowtroopers at the front. One who has the cape, that is literally the only difference. And then we have a Flame Trooper. And behind him we have some of the normal First Order Troopers and another Snowtrooper. And along the back we have more of the normal First Order Troopers and one really cool Executioner. The stripe essentially that he has on his helmet. I think that's a really nice touch, and that like a lightning bolt thing. We now have all of the good rebels. In the front we have a bunch of unnamed rebel troopers here. One of them is actually quite a special one here. He's from the Imperial landing craft, the one from that Endor set, the actual good one, not the most recent one. We then have a few more unnamed ones in the second row, and we have the Hera Syndulla minifigure, who is a fantastic minifigure with detail that they put into her head tails. And then we have this Sabine Wren minifigure. I think this is the later version because obviously she's holding that dark saber. And another minifigure with great detailing and leg printing as well. And last of all here we have Chopper, the infamous droid from the Rebels TV show. This is just a really cool droid, and I actually thought I already owned him in my collection, but as it turns out, I don't, so. Next up, we will move on to the Jedis. Now, this is a very exciting category here because every single one of these Jedis is actually a very rare and expensive Jedi. Starting off on this side, we have Quinlan Vos. Now, this is actually the newer version of Quinlan Vos that came in the 2016 Turbo Tank. Next to that, we have the Luminara Unduli that also came in that set. This is probably the most expensive figure out of this haul, probably coming in at about £45 to £50. And all of these minifigures are in totally mint condition, like new out the box condition, which is amazing because I'm really trying to build up my army of Jedis, if you will, and I really want to try and collect one of every single Jedi. Probably not including Jedi Bob because I'm only including ones that are like actually canon. Next we have the Anakin from the 2013 Republic gunship. Although he is a little bit of a controversial minifigure, he was a really good price. I think I got him for something like £12 or £13, and I know he's worth more than that. On the right here, we have Stas Ali. Now, I do actually already own one of these minifigures, but this one is in absolute mint condition, and again, got it for a fantastic price. So I am probably going to sell my other one and keep this one. Now, the last one, obviously, is not technically like an official LEGO set minifigure, but it is made out of Lego pieces. This is the Obi-Wan Kenobi body, and I can't remember if it's his cape or not, but then we have Kanan Jarrah's head and hairpiece and his lightsaber, and this is essentially the Caleb Doom minifigure. Here we have the last, and depending on who you are, the best section of this haul. This is all of the clone troopers that I've picked up. Now, there is a massive variation of what we have here today. Some really cool. Most of these are actually rare as well. First of all, we start off on this side with the Phase 2 12th Trooper. Then 4 of the Phase 2 gunners. We have a mashup Phase 2 trooper here with a Phase 1 body and a Phase 2 helmet. This is official Lego, obviously. We then have a mashup Phase 2 501st trooper with the old style helmet and the jetpack, and I believe this is just like a normal torso. Then behind them we have 4 of the realistic Phase 1 troopers here without the leg printing, and next to them 3 of the realistic Phase 1 sergeants. On the 3rd row back, this is where it starts to get really interesting. We have a blue Senate Commando. This is the newest style, as you can see with the printing on his helmet, torso and legs there. Then we have an elite ARF trooper. We have a couple of clone gunners. One is missing the proper helmet, it's pretty banged up, but I got him for a really cheap price. We have a Phase 1 Clone Wars style jet trooper here. This is a classic. Always loved the Clone Wars troopers. They're probably my favourite Clone Wars just because of nostalgia alone. Then we have like a half commander because he only actually has the top 2 sections of the commander outfit, and then he has one of those classic weapons. He's unfortunately missing the waist camera and the other pistol. And we have one of my best purchases. I got this guy for £8, guys. That's absolutely crazy, considering this guy goes for at least 25 on the secondary market. The only thing is that he actually has a massive split on both sides of his torso, which is really unfortunate. But as you can see, his arms still move perfectly fine. I think I got off really lightly with this minifigure, as it is otherwise unharmed. It is in great condition. If you haven't noticed already, the last row is almost entirely full of those Old Republic troopers, who again I've really grown to love recently. They just have a really nice print, and I think the head mold is just quite exciting. Really good for mocks these guys are going to be. And then last of all, we have this clone pilot, but it doesn't seem to want to focus, so I don't want to make this video too much longer, so I'm going to pretty much leave it here, guys. Obviously, if you're not already, be sure to hit that big red button, hit the like, and comment in the section down below what your thoughts and feelings are, which your favourite minifigure was of the whole haul, and I hope to see you guys back here on the channel very soon with the next video. Till then, guys, stay safe. Peace.